Let's now bring you some news here from South Africa. And the UN Security Council has endorsed recommendations of the UN chief to repatriate widespread military police in peacekeeping operations where credible evidence of widespread or systemic sexual exploitation and abuse exists. Now, the text also urges non-UN forces authorized under a Security Council mandate to take adequate measures to prevent sexual exploitation and abuse by their personnel. South African Department of Defense spokesperson General Jelani Bogana told us in an emailed response that this resolution will be binding on all UN member countries. UN troop contributing countries, their personnel, officials and troops or forces serving under the United Nations and or any UN mission. On the other hand, the South African National Defense Union has a slightly different view.
Certainly it's not fair that everybody gets sent back just because there are a few bad apples in a batch. Of course, if it becomes a tendency where more than half your troops misbehave, then really a country should not be on deployment. But I don't see the resolution as being something that would mean that one or two incidents would mean that an entire country has to withdraw a unit or a component of deployment at all. That would considerably weaken the strategic strength on the ground. Look, the union's view, there is just no place for ill discipline in a defence force. It doesn't really matter what kind of crime is being committed. If a soldier commits a crime, he shouldn't be in uniform in the first place, if it's a very serious breach in terms of international law and so on. If he is a person that can't maintain military discipline within his own force, then he should be sent home and he should be dealt with in terms of that country's military justice system. In the past 13 years that South Africa has had troops deployed, less than 1% of our soldiers have been convicted of any offences in terms of the military discipline code while on deployment.